Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, is another Star Wars video. Today we're tackling it, and we're talking about it. Not figuratively, but you know what I mean. We're talking about the new Star Wars game from Ubisoft, Star Wars Outlaws. We just got a trailer. I am filming this on April 9th, which is when we got the brand new story trailer and the official release date. However, I don't know when this is going to go live, either on the 9th or possibly the 10th. Still, though, if you are excited for Star Wars Outlaws and you enjoyed this video and you like Star Wars in general, I don't know, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. It takes a second, it's free, really helps me out. So, regarding Star Wars Outlaws, this is a game that I've kind of been looking forward to for a long time, okay? As you guys know, I love Star Wars. Obviously, all Star Wars is good. My motto, I love it all. At least the canon stuff that I'm familiar with. I think Star Wars is a fantastic franchise. Probably my second, if not maybe even my first now, I don't know. But it's really, really freaking good, as you could probably tell from my videos, and just me in general. But this video game, right, has kind of been heralded as the first open-world Star Wars game ever. And that is, well, first of all, it's a blatant effing lie. Second, well, it's a lie, because I don't really know what they constitute as open world, because normally when I think of an open world, I think of, one massive playable area, right? Like 99% of the open worlds out there. However, when you get to Star Wars games, you have stuff like Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, probably Knights of the Old Republic, and so on. There have been a lot of quote-unquote open-world Star Wars games. And this one, you're thinking, oh, well, Outlaws is going to have one big planet. No, we have multiple planets. I know we can go to Kijimi, Cantonica, some other weird planets. So I think there's a few good, number of planets in this game. And obviously, each of these planets are going to be bigger than, say, the Skywalker Saga or Jedi Survivor, what have you. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Calling this the first open-world Star Wars game really is... I mean, it's wrong, right? I mean, I know what they're doing, and sadly, not a lot of people do, count the Lego games in, because, they're Lego games. They're for babies. They don't count. No, in fact, they do count, and they are very well-made AAA games. And Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga so far is not only my favorite Star Wars game in general, but it's one of the most, if not the most comprehensive Star Wars game ever. And it'll be really cool to see what Outlaws can do with that, but calling it the first of anything is kind of a lie. So with that out of the way, I just had to talk about it, because, man, it's been irking me. But we are finally getting this game on August 30th of this year, pretty soon here, actually. I thought it was going to be, maybe May, or maybe even, December or November, but no, we're getting it August 30th, so there we go. Pretty crazy stuff. And this trailer, you're going to be seeing gameplay in the background. The trailer is, I'm assuming, going to be playing in the background as well. We're following Kay Vess, K-A-Y Vess, and she is kind of like not a smuggler, a scoundrel, like a Han Solo, Tobias Beckett type of thing, like DJ, that kind of thing. She's kind of a no-good person, and this is basically being billed as an open-world Grand Theft Auto-style Star Wars game. And that sounds pretty freaking cool. And the stuff that we've been getting, right, the gameplay we got of the blaster combat and the speeder combat and the ship combat, the dogfights and all that, it looks really insane. It looks really, really well put together and awesome. It really does. And to see, that we're getting this kind of massive scale, it's pretty crazy. And I know, we've gotten stuff like Kobo in Jedi Survivor, or, as I said, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, right? There's, a butt-ton of planets in that game, and they're all pretty big. But this is going to be something cool, because, again, you're playing as a scoundrel. You're playing as kind of basically a criminal. And Kay even says in the trailer that she's really doing it to be free. She's kind of pulling off this big galactic-sized score to kind of be free with her little animal Nix. I believe it's Nix, Nix, and I think it'll be really cool to see how the story unfolds. There's going to be crime syndicates and the Pikes, and probably some spice smuggling. I believe we see Kira from the movie Solo, which, by the way, we need Solo 2, by the way. We need another one. I don't know if you'd call it Solo 2, because, that's weird. But we need a Solo sequel. Maybe it should be called Star Wars a Solo sequel story, maybe. Just all the S's, But I think it should be interesting to see Kira again. I know there are, she is in comics and all that, and yes, the comics, the novels, those are all canon too, and I read and love all those, so I know about Kira. But it'll be fun to see what she's doing, and maybe we'll see a Jedi, maybe we'll see Luke. Who knows? Again, this is set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, so between episodes 5 and 6. And again, it's just going to be this massive scale open world Star Wars game, and I think that's really cool. We've gotten massive scaled open world Star Wars games before. Okay, I listed a bunch in the beginning, but this one I think is probably going to be at least a little bit bigger, considering it is Ubisoft. I know Ubisoft isn't really the best renowned developer team in the world. But look, I love Assassin's Creed, okay? I don't care. I freaking love Assassin's Creed. They kind of butchered Watch Dogs. They don't really work anymore. Watch Dogs 2 on Xbox Series X has sky flicker like no freaking tomorrow. It's like Exigle. And Watch Dogs 2 on PS5, I bought it 2 different effing times. Stutters like effing crazy. So Watch Dogs 2 is broken. Watch Dogs 1's whatever. And Legion, again, it's got flicker. So Ubisoft loves to release games that just don't freaking work half the time. That's fun. But Assassin's Creed, for me at least, obviously Valhalla and Mirage have some screen tear, but it's whatever. Valhalla is one of my favorite games of all time. I love what Ubisoft is doing with Assassin's Creed. And I have played the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora game, which is also Ubisoft, and I haven't beat it. I haven't played it in a while, actually. I got to get back into that. But Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is a very, very good looking open world game. And it's the same people that made that. And I think that they, have a lot of potential with making an open world Star Wars game. Look, I know it's going to probably have a good story. We all can probably guess that. It's probably going to have good combat, it's probably going to be like a perfect game. But in terms of its technical performance, I need it to run either at a solid 30 or solid 60 FPS. I don't want any freaking screen tear. For God's sake, Ubisoft, no more screen tear, please. And also just make your game run consistently, regardless of the target FPS you want to hit. Please, for the love of God, make it freaking work. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? I'm tired of Ubisoft games running like dog shit or just having screen tear up the wazoo. It's just not fun. It looks like dirt, and they never patch it. So please, just look. I don't care if I got to play 30 FPS. I don't care. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora has screen tear and it looks like trash. So I had to play that game in 30 FPS. It's not ideal, but I do it, and it's whatever. But I have faith in this company, right? This developer, Disney. Ever since buying Star Wars, in my opinion, and I know I share this opinion with millions of other people that are either too scared to say it on Twitter, or they just don't say it on Twitter. I know I'm not alone in this, though. This is probably, I'm sure some of you listening and watching have the same opinion. I think Disney has done nothing but save Star Wars. I mean, yeah, you could argue, there's one woke thing in Resistance, but like, who cares? I mean, it's not really shoved down your throat. Like the sequel trilogy, the video games we've been getting, the animated shows, the live action shows, the comics, the books, all of it has been, in my opinion, genuinely awesome. Okay, if Disney didn't buy Star Wars, it would basically be dead. Because let's face it, after Revenge of the Sith came out, a lot of people liked that when it came out, but a lot of people, it's a Star Wars cycle, and this isn't really that type of video to be talking about it, but the point I'm trying to make is that Star Wars, quote-unquote, fans are going to hate on everything. But I am a unquoted fan, if that makes sense. Obviously, when I say all Star Wars is good, I don't mean all Star Wars is objectively flawless and perfect, because I do have issues with a lot of stuff in Star Wars. Very few issues do I have regarding 2014 Beyond. Maybe like 2. They're just like baby gripes, you know what I mean? I'll admit the prequels and the originals have a lot of issues with their acting and writing, but I still love the movies, you know what I mean? Like Attack of the Clones is not a very good movie, in my opinion. Just technically speaking, it's not very well made. But it's really freaking fun to watch, and I love it. You know what I mean? I still love that film. And the prequels. They're probably the worst made trilogy, but they're very, very fun. And they add a lot of lore, and they're just really fun to watch, and I love them. You know what I mean? So I think that, with that being said, there have been some hits and misses, but with Disney, I think we've been getting a lot more, hits than misses for sure. Again, I can maybe think of 2 misses, and they're like tiny little lines, you know what I mean? That's about it. I genuinely love all of it, like really, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Disney shit. Like, no, I have reasons. I've told you all. I have plenty of reasons why I love Star Wars, especially the new stuff. And again, this game is kind of amplifying that love because it looks freaking awesome. You know what I mean? Like open world. I know some people are bitching online, like, there's a woman, you play as a woman. This is woke, and they all freak out. Having a woman in something, or having a black person or an Asian or even a white person, that's not woke. Okay, like having a woman in something is not woke. Maybe if she's flawless and she's like men bad, women good, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? I think men and women are equal, equality, equity wise. But at the same time, you get that very small minority who are complaining and, throwing a stink that this is going to be a woke fest or, oh, now we do have to talk about the community manager, because I've been seeing a lot of positive things, right? It looks great. The graphics look good. The story looks compelling. I think Kay and Nyx are an okay duo. I like the cool trench coat droid, you know what I mean? The open world looks fun. It's Ubisoft. There's a lot of things riding on this game being good. However, the one thing that I'm a little hesitant on is what the community manager has been saying. Now, as you guys know, I'm Republican. Okay, I'm not scared to say that. I don't care. I'm right as right can be. But I'm not that crazy where you, and I'm not going to name the names because they'll probably freak out, but there are hard right Republican YouTubers that just, they lie and they manipulate the truth and they take things out of context, and this is one of those times, right? And the left does it too, but the right does it in this instance. And you have a community manager who, by the way, a community manager does not actually work on the game as far as I know. They just market the game, you know what I mean? Like with Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, right? You had the community manager, and he was out there saying, "Oh, it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. Pre-order." You know what I mean? That's kind of all they do. They just kind of market your product and get you hyped up. And this lady was kind of doing the opposite, actually, which I don't know why the hell she's a community manager if that's what she's doing. But she said things in 2020 and 2021, and this isn't all about Star Wars Outlaws, but she's one of those people that I don't know her personally. I don't even know what she looks like. I'm assuming she's not white from her words. And she's on record saying, "Oh, diversity is blah blah blah, but if you're white, you don't understand it because you're privileged and all that." You know the shit. You know what I mean? You know all the BS. And you hear there, regardless of this game, the kind of potent thing she's been spouting now online is that, we didn't really make this game for the white man. You know what I mean? She said that, like, in quotes. She's like, we did not make Star Wars Outlaws for white people, especially white men. Because for some weird reason, I'm living in a reality where the white man is bad. I don't think any race is bad. I think, people forget that other people that aren't white can be racist towards white people. That is a thing, by the way. I just want to point that out. And her saying that, yeah, we didn't make this Star Wars game for white guys, which is weird because I'm assuming a white guy gave her job, and Star Wars was, created by a white guy. It's kind of weird. Obviously, she has some kind of mental illness where she has to spout out and be like, white man bad. You know what I mean? Just like, we've seen it millions and millions of times before on different sexes and races. So obviously, this isn't a political video, but it is a little alarming that the community manager of a Star Wars game is basically hating white dudes. And yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like, I'm a white dude. I don't care, though. Like, I'm not one of those guys that gets offended. I'm not losing sleep over this chick. I don't care. Like, personally, I'm not. It takes a lot to offend me, okay? I've been called everything under the effing sun on Twitter, okay? I'm used to it. I'm numb. It doesn't even affect me. Words are words, and they don't hurt me. But at the same time with this, it's a bit weird, you know what I mean? Just a bit weird. Little sussy-wussy, you know what I'm saying? Of this lady to be, like, saying all this stuff. And that's not... Obviously, it's not good. It's racist. But at the same time, you do get these Star Wars YouTubers that come out here and say, she hates men. She wants all men to die. And, they manipulate the truth to get easy clicks. And yeah, that is wrong. But be careful. That's my message. She did say these things, but there are YouTubers that are taking this and extending the truth, and that isn't good either. So I'm here to tell you that, yeah, I don't think she's too happy about white guys for some reason. I don't know what we did to her, but at the same time, I don't really care. But at the same time, it is kind of it's one of those things where you got to be educated and you got to kind of just know what's going on. Obviously, if you're a white guy or a black guy or an Asian or whatever, I don't care what you are, still, if you're excited for Star Wars Outlaws, buy this game because it looks really freaking fun. You know what I mean? I was told from some woman that this game is not for me, a white man. But guess what this white man's doing? Buying this game day one because I love Star Wars and no one's going to tell me otherwise. And yeah, it stars a woman. That's cool. Women are tight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why that's a bad thing. Obviously, like I said before, if they're saying all men are bad in the game, if that's the message, that's a little weird. But playing as a woman is not a bad thing or a weird thing. Like, and she's, I mean, I don't want to say she's like beautiful, but you know, she's not ugly. So that's a plus. And it's third person, so there you go. If you know what I'm talking about. But Nyx, you know, I'm sure Nyx is going to follow you around. And look, at the end of the day, it's kind of weird to be even bringing that stuff up, but we live in an age where everything is so political now, and people are just spewing, you know, clickbait BS videos and trying to, you know, deter you from buying something that you might like. So if you are interested in Star Wars and you think this might look cool, just freaking buy it. You know what I mean? Or at least wait for some reviews. If it's a complete technical nightmare, maybe don't. But, you know, this is Cyberpunk 2077 times 2. You know, even I'm not going to buy it. But at the same time, it looks fun. It looks really cool. I do like that original trilogy vibe to it. It's got that, you know, atmosphere to it, which is kind of cool. I do want to see more sequel trilogy content. I love the prequels and the originals, but I think we've been getting a little bit too much of that recently. I know we're getting the Rey Skywalker movie, but I want to see like more animated sequel content. I want to see an animated, or excuse me, a sequel trilogy video game. That'd be cool, you know. And we got stuff with Jedi Survivor with the High Republic and all that, which is cool as well. But I think it'll be cool to get that kind of stuff as well. But at least in this game, we are going to sequel trilogy planets like Kantanika, Kijimi. That's really cool. Because in Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, you can't even explore Kijimi. Like they effing blow it up, and they're like, oh, they're like, can't explore it. And yeah, that'll be another video for another time. I have a video on that coming out probably soonish. But overall, man, look, just be careful what you're reading online and what you're clicking on. Obviously, you can click on my stuff because I'm not going to BS and lie to you guys. But yeah, it's kind of a cesspool of death over here on social media, and YouTube included. But I think it's important to know what's going on and be educated. But again, point being, if you are excited for Star Wars Outlaws like myself, and you think the open world looks fun and the story looks intriguing, and you like the time period, like all the stuff I'm mentioning, again, I'm buying this game day one. If for some weird reason it's like a 2 out of 10 and it's completely broken and it just doesn't work, kind of like half the games that have been coming out recently, then obviously I won't, because that's $70 wasted. But I'm assuming it's Ubisoft, and they pretty much make stellar games, at least the ones I've played. And again, the guys that made Avatar Frontiers of Pandora are making this one, and I think that is a solid team. Avatar is not, it's not my favorite game ever, but, I think it's fun. It's got good parkour. It looks freaking fantastic, man. Like, Pandora looks very, very nice in that game, and I think that this game has a lot of potential, too. But, again, it's not the first open-world Star Wars game. I don't know why they're saying that, and it's also, I guess it's not for white guys, but whatever. You know what I mean? Screw it. I'll buy it. And, no, I mean, that's a joke, but at the same time, just really weird what that lady said, but yeah, I don't know, just weird stuff. But I am excited to see what this game has in store. I kind of do want to see more gameplay, though. I'm not going to lie. The story trailer that we got today, or at least on the 9th, it's got a little bit of gameplay probably, but like I want to see, more gameplay. I know we got that 10-minute thing, 9 months or so ago, but I think this game needs to show more of the open world, because all they're saying is that it's open world. The first open world ever, But it's like, show me it. Like, don't tell me, show me. You know what I mean? Forgot it's coming out in freaking August. You know what I mean? We're almost in May here, kind of. So it's like, man, we got to get going here. So I know we're gonna get more gameplay closer to release, and when that does happen, I'll be talking about it. I really am excited to play this game. I'm probably gonna get it on my Series X, so that means I'm most likely gonna be maybe even recording it, which is cool. Because when Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga came out, I couldn't record day one. Now I can. So obviously with school and whatnot going on, we'll have to see. But I should be able to record some of this game. So I'm very excited. Maybe even all of it. Who knows? We'll find out. But again, tell me down below in the comments what you think about Star Wars Outlaws. Are you excited? Are you buying it? Are you pre-ordering it? And what console are you going to do that on? Again, tell me down below what you think about this game. I think it looks really, really fun. And I really hope Ubisoft knocks it out of the freaking park here. They should. Again, the games I played from them are pretty much really good. I love Assassin's Creed to death, and I think that they, make pretty good games. I know they're kind of the dumping grounds right now of downgrading, but they haven't really been doing that recently, as far as I can tell. So I am excited to see what this game has in store. Again, I love Star Wars to death, man, and I'll support whatever they do if it's good. So far, everything they have been doing has been good, at least in my opinion, and millions of other people, I'm assuming. And I'm very excited to see what Outlaws has. And hey, it'll be cool to kind of play, a different, iteration of Star Wars, because we've had the Jedi games. We're playing as a Jedi with a lightsaber. So it'll be cool to kind of play as a scoundrel with a blaster and kind of relive those, scoundrel-esque GTA-like Star Wars memories in this game. Hopefully they deliver because, man, it looks pretty fun. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.